everybody, and welcome back to the I Don't Know Running podcast, where we share our experiences that make running fun and sometimes not so fun. I'm Lewis, and I'm a self-admitted lazy ultrarunner.
And I'm Mitch, and I find that boring.
My opener? Well, I do, and I will say this. Two things. I need to say two things. Number one, my opener that we talked, well, what was it, like 2 weeks ago or something like that when we recorded, I went, man, I can't remember what it is. Number one, I want to say thank you, Mom, for still listening to the podcast. my whole week that week was, I can't wait to, my opener is, I'm so happy my mom still listens to the podcast. And then I forgot.
That's not very nice.
Yeah. And then today I went to my mom's, and man, do I appreciate my drive now to work.
Oh, compared to when you
man,
had to try to...
I used to drive not nearly, I mean, but it's close. It's that way, right? All the way. So from my house all the way through Grand Rapids, north of Grand Rapids, and then home that evening. And driving there this morning during workout, like when everybody was going to work. So it was the same kind of a deal as if I was going to work, and going through GR.
And the traffic.
It sucked.
And there's always construction.
And what's crazy is it was a great day. Like I would have been happy with today's commute to work because there was really no issues. It was just the normal, like just traffic.
Yeah, but now it's like 2 minutes.
But now it's not 2. It's more like 6 or 7. But man,
I noticed the difference. Like there's been construction just before the exit, going to work. So it goes down to one lane, and I go in. I'm there before 6 lately.
Because south of here.
Yeah.
Southwest of here.
Yeah. So as you're going, and I get off at M40, and it's fine at the time I go through, but when I'm leaving, I see it backed way up. And I'm like, oh. Like you don't want to be an 8 o'clocker
no.
with that exit all messed up. So it does make a difference. Like, yeah, lose a little bit of sleep, but have a lot more of your own time.
Yeah, I thought about that today. Man, I would not have done, looking back, knowing now had I known then what I know now, I would not have had the job that I would have had. I would have changed. So many hours lost.
In driving. Gas spent.
Yeah. Like you could take such a pay cut just to not deal with those two things.
Yeah.
And I guess I didn't think about it. It's
really got to be significant.
It's got to be. Yeah. And it was not. Like thinking back, I'm like, man, I wish I would have moved up there. One, if that's where I was going to stay, I would have moved. Or just like, no, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a job closer or something. But at any rate, after today's drive, I am so happy and thankful for my commute today and the job that I have. But that's not what we're going to talk about. But we are going to talk about maybe not road etiquette from driving, but some trail etiquette. We're going to talk about, just that. When you're running on the trails, what are some things that you should be paying attention to so that you can follow the rules of the trail?
Well, it's just general respect and just being a decent person. You'd think it wasn't that hard, but you run into people that do a lot of crazy things.
Yeah, that don't care. And if you are listening to this and you're like, whatever, you're the person that needs to listen to this. Because you're either pompous and a jerk, or maybe you're just unaware. And and if that's the case, hey, here's some growth areas. We all have areas in our life that we can grow and get better at. And so we're just going to cover some of those things. Why does it matter? Things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we have some lists put together. Number one, and this was on both lists, it's a shared space. You're sharing that space with a lot of other people, animals, people doing different things, not just runners. You have bikers, you have hikers, you have equestrian, or horse riders, or just, I guess, horses if they're walking them, but, and wildlife. Yeah. You might think like, what do you mean wildlife? Well, that's theirs first. Mm-hmm. It was their space first. Well, you're just going through it.
I learned that, like when we were out, we've gone to a bunch of national parks. The animals use those trails.
Yeah.
A lot of times they probably were a game trail at one time that we took over. So they use them because it's the least
path of least resistance.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking for.
I got you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But so when we wanted to see bears so bad, but we were walking back on the trailhead and the bear is walking the other way.
On the trail,
coming right at us. About 20 feet away.
That's close enough.
Whoa. What do we do? Oh, back up.
Yeah.
And they get out of the way. Like it wasn't a big deal, but it was really cool.
At?
That was in Grand Tetons.
Okay. That was the most recent trip?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was last year.
Yeah.
So cool.
So yeah, just keeping that in mind, preservation of nature. We're going to talk about that a little bit, like how to avoid damaging the trail, things like that. Soil erosion. And this is a big one for where I run a lot because it is so bad. And it's notorious when you're on their Facebook page. Everybody says if it sprinkles, they're going to shut it down, which I get it. It's because they're trying to keep the trail in good condition and things like that. So they don't let people go out there if it's rained just a little bit.
Well, that one is a lot of clay.
It does, yeah.
So if you ride on it, when it's wet, it turns to cement and then it's just messed up.
Yeah, they mess it up really bad and it pushes away.
And it makes that trail
off the trail almost. Yeah. And then it erodes and goes away. And then so you create just disastrous problems with it. But anyway, we're going to jump into some safety for yourself and others, blind quarters, things like that, and building a positive trail running community image, which that's important too. I mean, a lot of the dollars that go to support this it's all donated and it's volunteer time and things like that. And so keeping that in mind when you're out on the trail, that's important. So let's start with some right-of-way rules.
Okay.
This is something I never really thought about. I probably would have done this, but they say yield to the uphill runners. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I just never put it together, but I probably would get out of the way of somebody running uphill.
It's interesting though. I did the Pikes Peak Marathon and you have to yield to the downhill runners.
Interesting.
If you're going up, and and that's opposite of what it would normally be, but those are the front runners typically. So if you're going up and they're coming down, those are the front runners. So you should make some space, but man, it is like, it's a Congo line going up. Like it is, you barely move.
That's interesting. I'm thinking, but you think about it, there's probably something different about a race.
Right.
Because you're racing.
Well, when it's an out and back like that.
Yeah.
So the people coming back are in the lead and it's the back just happens to be downhill.
Yeah. So that is interesting. But yeah, the rule of thumb is you're going to yield to the uphill runners. And this one, I knew the first couple. So yield to equestrian, always.
Yes.
This isn't uphill, downhill, or nothing. This is, if it's a horse trail or horses can be on it, you get out of their way.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I don't know. Because, and what's interesting is I don't think people give enough respect or birth area.
Because you can spook them.
You can, really,
and it can be dangerous
easy,
for everybody.
including the person sitting on top.
Yeah.
And that's really, really bad. Like, you do not want to fall off a horse. That's really bad. And that could be you that caused it. Mm-hmm. Now, you might be doing all the right things. I say that, and I want to be careful here because you may be doing all the right things, and a horse can still spook or do something. So don't think that. I just want to, like, somebody listening to this, they're like, oh, I thought I was doing all the right things. You probably were, right? And something just happened. But
well, that's one of the things, like Rim to Rim in the Grand Canyon, they have mule trains.
Yeah.
And they tell you, like, do not, like, any of the Facebook pages or any, like, to help you do this run or just etiquette and stuff like that, like, yield to the mule trains. Like, just get out of the way.
Yeah. They had a job to do. Let them through.
Yep.
So, yield to equestrian, yield to mountain bikers, and as we said, uphill runners. Mountain bikers, number one, yield, but then depending on the trail, this is something that we talked about actually before, with or against on the trail. If a trail has the signage saying runners go against or runners go with, follow the trails. The other thing, if they do not, I guess you can choose. My thing is I always go with traffic because you're not going to run into them nearly as often as if you go against.
That's how I always look at it too. And I think it's easier, headphones or no headphones. I'm a big believer if you're out on the trail, why would you have headphones in? But to
each their own.
Teach their own, but you can hear them coming then.
Yeah.
So why would you want to make it?
Yeah, and I would say even if you have to have music, that's fine. Do your thing, but at least make it one headphone, not both. One headphone, no open speaker, no nothing like that. But at any rate, yield. Then this is the one that got me though. Yield to hikers. I never thought about this. And that's my bad. I would have always thought the hiker can get out of the way. I'm running. And I always took it as like the faster you are, the less you have to get out of the way. So like get out of the way on mountain bikers, they're moving, right? Mm-hmm. Get out of the way of runners. They're a little bit faster than the hikers or walkers. But I was doing something very, very bad. I was lumping walkers and hikers. They're two different things. Hikers are out there doing, like, number one, they have a pack on, right?
Yeah.
They're carrying 30 whatever pounds. That's some weight. Like, get out of their way. It's not that easy. And for us, it is pretty easy to hop out of the way. We're not carrying a ton of weight, nothing like that. We don't have a bike to maneuver off the trail, which can do more damage. We can hop off, let the hiker go, and get back on. So no big deal, right? Let's talk about how to pass. What do you do?
Typically you would say on your right.
On your right, on your left, whichever way that is coming up. The thing I thought the biggest thing is announce it.
Yeah, and it is interesting because I think that there's some responsibility on if you're passing.
100%.
Because if it's in a narrow area, are you expecting somebody to just get out of your way?
No.
But there are those that do that.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, there's not a place. I will, if somebody's really hauling, I'll stop and I'll get off the trail.
Same here. Yeah.
But this whole crowding thing and it's not fun. Yeah.
And there certainly shouldn't be an expectation either way. So if it's two runners, don't just assume it's yours. It's some common courtesy goes a long ways. Like, yeah, here you go, brother. Go ahead. Have at it, and just be okay with it. You're not in a race. And then I was thinking of something else there. For instance, would be, this isn't necessarily trail, but this is road, paying attention. Like, oh, that's what I was going to say. I have passed somebody before and startled them because I didn't say anything. And you do have the responsibility of saying, hey, on your left, because they might not, they're in their head. They're thinking they're, whatever. And you go flying by and they're like, whoa, that's not nice. They give them a heads up.
I get tense sometimes because I can remember doing a trail race and somebody just running right directly behind me. So I'm trying to pick up the pace.
Yeah.
I wiped it out hard.
Yeah. It says don't sneak up quietly, spooks people and dogs, which that's a whole other thing we'll get into. Be patient on single track, pass safely at wider spots. Yeah, 100% makes sense. Let's jump into some headphone etiquette. We kind of talked about that a little bit. Basically, if you're on the trail, I'm with Mitch. Like, I'm not. I get it. If you got to have your music, go ahead, do it. But you can't. There's certain things you cannot do on the trail that you can do on a bike path. Wouldn't do it on a road because there's another danger. But a bike path, paved trail, things like that are wider, not as many twisties and turns and all of that. Either keep the volume down and or only one headphone. So you have an open ear. You can hear things like that, right? Be aware of your surroundings and no zoning out. Trail conditions. This says, and I have seen this before, run through mud puddles. The reason being is if you run around, you're now creating a widening of the trail. Yeah. You're mashing down plant life, things like that that you shouldn't be doing. The trail is the trail. Stay on the trail. Yeah.
That's been all over the mountain bike pages and stuff like that too, about riding through. I've heard it so many times.
Yeah. Ride through, not around.
But are you hoping to not get dirty? Because you're going to get dirty.
Yeah, true.
And hopefully you have trail shoes on that have nubs on the bottom, because that's a big difference too if you run with road shoes on the trail, but that's teach their own too. But they should be made to be able to run through that. So if you can't handle running through a little slop,
then don't go out there.
Don't go out there.
Yeah, you can't wear your all white, dance shoes out on the trail. Like, wear trail shoes, or don't care if they get dirty. Respect trail closures, avoid damage with wet areas and fragile areas. Yeah, if it's closed, it's closed. That it doesn't mean it's closed for everybody but you. They didn't just close it for everybody but you. You aren't special. I love that. I know it's closed, but I can go.
When I first started running trails, I have gone out there when it's like that, and I realize the error of my ways now.
Yeah.
But it got to where it was dangerous.
Oh.
It was so wet, and it was raining at the same time.
Oh, wow.
And that's a big difference of running here or running where it's sandy. I mean.
Yeah, true.
If it's sandy, typically you're not damaging the trail.
Yeah. I would always check in with the guy that headed it up. At the time, it was Jeff. I don't know his name now, but I would just say, hey, do you want me to go check the trail for you? Because I live right here. I can go run it. And if it's in good condition, I can give you a report. And I would usually take pictures and send them to him. And he would say, yeah, I appreciate it. Or, yeah, I'll be out there tonight. No worries. I'm like, okay, well, I'll wait for it. So I would, generally speaking, I think they're let's say if I did that a dozen times, there might have been 2 times where I didn't reach out to him. I did always go out with the intent of checking the trail for him and giving him a report. And there were times, like I said, I would send him pictures. They weren't great because they were always damage to the trails. And he would then post on Facebook and say, hey, we got these pictures today. Stay off the trails. Please tell your buddies, whatever. And then I would also, there were times after storms, I would go out there and clear as much as I could clear.
Well, there's runners that have thought that they don't do as much damage as bikers too. And then that just gets that whole rift between the two of them.
And for runners that think that, if you want to get into a pissing match, they're the ones that are usually doing the work.
Yeah.
The mountain bike associations.
Right.
So you don't want to go down that road.
I do know a lot of runners that volunteer as well.
Yeah, I do too. And that's not all runners for sure. But yeah, don't go down that road.
Right.
They're the mountain bikers trails first because they're the ones that are doing the work.
Yeah.
If it was a running trail, I don't know of one. I don't know of a trail. Well, I shouldn't say that. Not a trail.
Not around here.
Not a trail. A trail's specifically put in for the use of recreational purpose like this. There's just not. Other than a mountain bike trail.
Unless you're on the North Country Trail or something like that.
That's different. But they don't even allow bikes on those.
They don't. Right.
So it's more of a hiking trail that you can run on.
Right.
It's not necessarily, and the next part of that is that's usually not groomed nearly as nice.
No.
A lot of that trail is not as nice. It's equestrian also, usually. Like that one is.
Parts of it.
Yeah.
Not all of it.
So anyway, yeah, some other things with regard to trail conditions, actively be checking for and respecting any posted signs, obviously with closure, but also with one way. A lot of times it's if it has a T in it, it's what is it? If it has a T in it, it is, dang it, I forget. It's clockwise, I think. And then if it doesn't, it's counterclockwise.
The lucky thing that trail tells you.
It does. This one tells you
what day.
Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, those all have T's. It is, dang it, I should know.
Hopefully it's clockwise.
I don't know. But anyway, as soon as you see your direction, most trails are that they follow that same thing, that same way. And then obviously all the other ones don't have T's. It's the opposite direction. And just follow that. And I've told bikers too, I'll see a bike go one time. Oh my gosh. So number one, I'll tell bikers like, hey, it's Saturday, you're going the wrong way. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I came in the other way or something, I missed it. And I told another biker, I was like, hey, it's Saturday, you're going the wrong way. And he's like, huh? No, it's Sunday. I was like, oh, I'm going the wrong way. I did that once.
Did you have an attitude when you said it?
No, I didn't. I never have an attitude. I usually approach them very cautiously, like, hey, I don't know if you know, but it is directional. I try to be really just nice about it. I don't know. Yeah, and even if it's not closed, make respectable decisions with regards to mud, things like that. Could be they just didn't have a chance to get out there yet to check it and go, hey, this should be closed. So if it is, and I guess this could be both. This could be running and biking. Like, when it's too bad and you're doing damage to the trail, respect it. Like, get off it. Maybe put a post out like, hey, the trail is super wet. We shouldn't go out there right now or something like that. Or there's a tree overhanging. Maybe we need to get that addressed ASAP before somebody gets knocked out.
Right.
Things like that. Yeah, bringing dogs. Number one, again, follow the rules. If it's no dogs, no dogs. It's not no dogs except for yours. No dogs.
Well, there's a thing about on leash and off leash. Not everybody. We've talked about this in another podcast. Not everybody loves your dog. Some people have been bitten and are very afraid of dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. He's friendly.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
The person that has been bit before doesn't know that. They're freaking out if your dog's off leash. Have some common courtesy and respect, understanding others. And so, excuse me, with dogs, if number one, I don't know of any area where off leash is okay. I just don't.
Dog parks.
Maybe, well, yeah, but you're not, they usually don't have a bike, like a mountain bike or trail going through that you run. So generally speaking, your dog's going to have to be on a leash. That said, be super, super aware of where your dog is on a trail where you have bikes. Mm-hmm. That's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And you really have to have control of your dog. So, Enough about dogs,
I think.
Okay. Yeah, let's jump into stewardship / leave no trace. Both with regards to the trail conditions, but also with just like what you bring in, you take out, if not more. Pack out all your trash, gels, bottles, all of that stuff, even biodegradable type stuff. That stuff can attract animals, which is never, you just don't want them getting into that kind of stuff. Some things you can ask yourself, am I consciously considering the cumulative impact of my presence on the trail environment and striving to minimize my footprint? That's just something to think about. Am I taking the initiative to learn about the specific ecosystem and challenges of the trails I use? You don't have to go deep dive, but it is good to know, like, what is the trail doing in your area? It is also a bring awareness type situation. Am I setting a positive example for others on the trail through my actions? Fostering a culture of respect and stewardship. I think that's important to do. Definitely. And then use of bathroom facilities when available, or learn proper backcountry bathroom etiquette.
This is one I've not always, I can't always make it back.
Well, I think then you have to learn backwoods bathroom etiquette.
Which is, I've been learning a lot more about that as I've been hiking, I got to start carrying a spade.
Do you, well, that or you carry a doggy bag.
That sounds horrible.
Oh my gosh, that does not sound great. I'm going to carry a spade. Yeah. Be aware. And with regards to the facilities, like, again, don't be a jack wagon and mess with the facilities. Like, respect it like it's your own at home. Treat it proper. And I know that our audience is probably a little older and wiser and more mature. But if you're a younger, newer runner or whatever listening to this, man, that stuff if it gets taken advantage of and not treated proper, it goes away.
Well, have you been out to Luton Park in the last couple of years? They have a full facility there now.
Really?
With flush toilets.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh. No, I haven't been out there.
Super nice.
Wow. And that doesn't stay out there if people are trashing.
Right.
So protecting wildlife and environment, 100%. Observe from a distance. I liked this. Never approach, feed, or harass wildlife. Be mindful of nesting seasons. That's, I guess you can be mindful of it. Just be aware. You could be disturbing a habitat by messing with that. And on that note, like, if you recognize something that is a potential for that, maybe you should bring it up to whoever manages the trail system.
Well, it's interesting too, though, because we do have a trail in our area that closes down for hunting season.
Oh.
So same thing. Like, if there's hunters out there, you probably shouldn't go out there.
Be aware.
They're supposed to close. It's actually supposed to be closed down. So you're not supposed to be on the trail when there's hunting.
Yeah. So, and I have seen some that will say wear orange.
Yeah, that'll go out there anyway.
No. But the trail, I think it says wear orange.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And maybe that's not the one you're talking about. It could be a different one. But I'm just saying, I have seen it where I think they've either recommended or maybe something like that.
Yeah, don't wear brown.
No, probably not the best idea.
Little hat with antlers on it.
Yeah. Leave natural features untouched. Any nature, leave it untouched. It might be cool. You see a mushroom, well, leave it. That's not your time to pick mushrooms. Go to a picking area or something like that. Don't remove or disturb rocks. In our area, that's not as maybe critical. In some areas, that's really critical. Like, you could cause a real problem if you dislodge a rock. It might be cool to watch it drop until it falls too far.
Yeah,
not good.
We don't have places like that around here necessarily, unless you go to the lakeshore.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
But I think about that, like, I don't think that we talk about, like, there is trail etiquette as far as hiking. Like, if you have to use the bathroom, I think you have to be at least 50 feet from a water source. We should be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be peeing into the creek. Like, that's not good.
No.
You know, stuff like that. Like,
that's true. Pay attention to those things.
that's something that's not on this list, but it's something I thought about lately. It's like there's things that we haven't done a very good job of in the past.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, and a lot of this, I mean, not to belabor a lot of this, but it does come down to having a little bit of respect for your area, understanding that you're running on volunteers' labor, donated funds for that labor. If we take advantage of it and never give back and just treat it like it's garbage, it's not going to be there.
And if you don't take care of that space and you don't, like, if you leave your trash out there, either somebody else has to pick it up or it stays there. It's not good.
Yeah. And that is one of the things that it mentioned in here is, be ready to take out your own trash, but also be ready to maybe take out some other trash.
I have friends that pick up stuff all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. You might think, oh, gross, but treat it right. Like if you saw something laying in your living room floor that somebody left behind, you wouldn't just leave it there. You'd pick it up and throw it away.
Wait for my wife.
Or that.
Did you see that?
Hey, she's right behind me. She's coming. She'll get it. No, I'm kidding.
Me too. That was a joke.
But yeah, let us know in the comments some other things that you do to help, I don't know, ensure that our trails are taken care of, some trail etiquette things. I'm sure we've missed some trail etiquette things. Tell us the trail etiquette that you think of that annoys you. I have had, this is something, I will say this. So like sharp turns, right? You sometimes it's just hard to see. You got to pay attention. Maybe not everybody can see you. I was coming around a little turn once and I know the one lady saw me. 100% she saw me. And she didn't say to the person that she was with, hey, we got a runner coming. So I had to jump off. Like I literally had to I'm like, you just had to step aside. There was plenty of room, but they were, well, I think it's the road one. It says, don't take up the whole trail. Or maybe it was this one. Mm-hmm. Don't take up the whole trail if you don't have to. If it's a wide trail, give some berth. Riley Trails, right? Like it's wide. It's like bike path, only not paved.
That was great.
You can get over. You don't have to take up the whole thing. You don't have to walk side by side the whole way. Just, if somebody's coming, have some courtesy. Just share the trail. So, yeah, tell us what annoys you down below.
I got a lot of problems with you people. I'm sick of Festivus.
Yeah, tell us in the comments, what do you think? And yeah, be sure to check us out on Facebook, check us out on YouTube, Spotify, all your different listening platforms. Like, subscribe, share, do all of that. Check out our Patreon. We haven't mentioned that in a while. Check out our Patreon. We have one if you want to support the show in some way, shape, or form. And with that, that's going to wrap up this week's episode of the I Don't Know Running podcast. Be sure to tune in next time as we share more about what we just don't know.
Until then, happy running.